Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. So, I lied to you a little bit. I said that starting this Wednesday, I would be doing my live Q&A at 6 p.m. Eastern, but no, that's probably going to start next week. I wanted to squeeze one more early live Q&A because even though I probably get more people on the live if I did it at 6 p.m. Eastern, I really don't like working late. So I'm trying to squeeze as many early live streams in as possible. But thank you for joining for those who are here. And please go ahead and click that arrow that's at the bottom of your screen right there to share this live stream with anyone who you think can benefit. If you have any friends or loved ones who are struggling in regards to their dating or relationship life, or if they just like a good entertaining conversation about dating and relationships, then I am your go-to resource. Thank you for joining All Smiles, Danny. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you moving forward at 6 p.m. next Wednesday and on. Brit Blue, thank you for joining. Palona, thank you for joining. Just Ray, Key Desires. If you are new to this page, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are and where you are from so that I could welcome you into the land of love. Charla, thank you. Fashion and Labels, welcome. Marlon D. Slack, thank you for joining. She's one of one, absolutely. Thank you for joining me on this afternoon for our live Q&A. Jordana, welcome. I am Lachey. Welcome, Lachey. Jimmy, Universal. Thank you, everybody who's joining. And again, if you are new to this page, if this is the first time that you are here, this is the first time that you're hearing me go live, please go ahead and let us know your name and where you are from so that I can welcome you into the land of love. Welcome, Yella from Staten Island. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Jordana, for purchasing a badge. I appreciate that. And I also want to give a shout out to Yella for purchasing a badge. Thank you. Alrighty, so again, if you are new to this page, my name is Alison. I am a certified dating and relationship coach. And I want to tell you a little bit of my background. This is not in an effort to boast, but this is in an effort to make you understand that if you're going to be listening to anybody in regards to any element of your life, you want to make sure that you vet them and that they have the expertise to actually give you some valuable advice. So I have a bachelor's degree in education. I have a master's degree in counseling, a master's degree extension in mental health counseling, and I am a certified dating and relationship coach. I teach singles how to find and couples how to keep the partner that they deserve. Thank you, Key Desires. So let me tell you a little story about these earrings. My hair is not done. This is not Allison's definition of done. I'm getting it done today. So I figured if I put on a statement piece, that would be a distraction from the flyaways and the hidden dirt and all that kind of good stuff that's up in here. So thank you. Thank you, Raja, for joining. All right. So how does this work? If you are new, this is the first time that you're on a live stream, you might be thinking, what is this Q&A and how does it all work? Your girl is a former educator, so you know that I am organized. So I'm going to explain to you how it works. Let me see if I can press and hold before the story moves. Okay, so I post this story every Tuesday, the green one, every Tuesday, the day before the Q&A, right? And that is your opportunity for you to ask any questions that you may have in regards to dating or relationships. So I collect all of my questions beforehand. The reason why I do that is because I'm a busy woman and I want to make sure that I can answer everyone's question when we hop on today, on Wednesday. If I did it free fall where you could just drop questions in the queue, then there's no guarantee I'll get to everybody, and then there's no guarantee how long I'll be on here. I'm a woman of my word. So I do ask for those who are new to this structure, go ahead. Every Tuesday, I post the same green story. You'll drop your question there. I read it anonymously. I address it. And then I also read the comments because this should be a two-way street. I want to know what you guys think as well, what you would do in that person's circumstance, or what advice you would offer them if you were in that circumstance. Last thing before we jump into it, if you would like to get alerts on when I go live, I usually go live about 3 times a week. I want you to text the word align to 21,000. I'm putting it in the comments for you. Text the word align to 21,000. Good. I thought it was 2,100. 21,000 so that I can be sure to send you those messages to let you know. This text message didn't go out today, but that's because of me. Under normal circumstances, you'll get a text. I don't overwhelm. I usually send about 2 text messages a week. And if you don't like it anymore, text the word stop, just like any other. All right. So let's jump in, beautiful people. Let's see. What amazing questions did I get this week? Okay. So the first question that I am addressing today is, why after you block a man, they then find another avenue to contact you and waste your time? Why after you block a man, they find another avenue to contact you and waste your time? So I'm going to tell you this. If you are blocking someone, that means you no longer want to speak to them. You need to make it your business to block them on everything, right? Maybe you could leave your Cash App open. Block them on everything, so that they don't have an opportunity to reach out to you through Facebook because you only block them on Instagram. You only block them in text messages. Now they can send you an block them on everything. That way, they don't have an opportunity to reach out to you, and you can leave them on the paid stuff. And if they want to reach out to you, they could drop something in your Cash App. And there's still no guarantee because I'm blocking you. I don't want to talk to you. So now you don't waste the $20 trying to reach out to me, right? So in general, my first piece of advice is, if you really don't want to communicate with someone anymore, block them on everything. That way, you don't have any concerns about whether or not they can reach out to you. So that's number one. But to answer your question directly, why does anyone reach out to someone that they want to speak to after they've been blocked? Because they still want to speak to them. Because they still want access to them. Because they know that they're wrong in that circumstance, and they still want access, communication, whatever you have to offer, they still want it. And so that's why they continue to reach out to you. Now, to answer your question about to continue to waste your time, that may be the individual. The individual has chosen to attempt to waste your time. But guess what, sis? Guess what, sir? Everyone has a choice. You can choose to re-engage. You can choose to give people 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and 6th chances. But if you do that, I'm going to tell you this. You better take 100% accountability for whatever goes wrong when you give chance 3, 4, 5, and 6. Notice I didn't say chance number 2. We're all human beings. No one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. If you have proof, evidence, right, that this person has changed, then you may want to reconsider, depending on what the violation was, right? So I'm not saying don't give people second chances. But when it's chance number 3 and chance number 4 and chance number 5, guess what? You did it to yourself. If they play you, if they lie to you, if they steal from you, if they cheat on you, they didn't do any of that. You lied to you, you played you cheated on you, you stole from you. So let's mitigate the responsibility here. You're giving someone an opportunity to see you, to date you, to be with you. It doesn't work out. If within reason, time, and evidence, you feel as though this person is warranted a second chance, okay, no judgment. Chance 3, 4, 5, and 6, that's on you. You need to take accountability for who you allow in your life. You need to take accountability for not vetting people appropriately. You need to take accountability for not asking the right questions. You need to take accountability for not heeding to those red flags that you saw and you ignored anyway. Okay, let's read some comments. Life with Shah says, I was the one who messed up and I apologized and apologized. No, I didn't cheat. I accepted responsibility, went to therapy, and I have grown. This is a perfect example. Thank you so much for sharing Life with Shah, right? People make mistakes. In the right amount of time and effort and energy and evidence that they are no longer showing up as the same person they were before, you may choose to give them a second chance. You're not foolish for doing that because you may have made mistakes. I'm sure we all have, right? But when it's 2, 3, 4, and 5, that's on you. You got to take accountability and learn from those mistakes. The number one thing I do when I work with my clients, either one-on-one or small group, is talk about accountability. Where did you go wrong in that situation? Where did you go wrong in that circumstance? People love to blame everybody else for everything else that has gone wrong in their life. And guess what? As long as you continue to do that, even if they are the wrong ones, even if they did do you wrong and you did nothing, which you did, but you did nothing to assist them in this process, as long as you blame everybody else, you're going to continue to date the same kind of people. You're going to continue to befriend the same kind of people. You're going to continue to take the job opportunities that aren't a good look for you. You're going to continue to make poor decisions because it's never you. You had no part in it, right? So you're going to continue to make the same mistakes and then be surprised when you get the same results. How else are you going to change your life unless you start cutting people off and then taking accountability for what you did wrong so you don't repeat those same mistakes over and over again? That is the crux of the program that I do with my clients. The crux. Taking accountability, responsibility for your life, because no one else will. I know I went off. I'm sorry, y'all. The question was, why do people continue to waste or try to waste your time? Because you allow it. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to be real frank with y'all. Y'all know me. I am a beautiful woman. I would stand up, but the way I got this office set up is a little tight. I am a beautiful woman. I am an intelligent woman. And can I tell you, even before I was married, I don't get a lot of DMs. I don't get a lot of guys trying to pursue me. I don't really go out socially too much, so that really was an opportunity. But in my life, and I've been fly for like 16. In my life, I have not had a lot of men who tried to talk to me, tried to get with me. And I'm going to tell you why. Or actually, let me add this. My friendships. I don't have friends who stab me in the back, and I have plenty of female friends. So if you're in this idea of, oh, you can't be friends with women because they grimy, oh, they're backstabbers, not. It's something you're doing that's attracting grimy women. If you have a new best friend every 3 years, then you are the, what's the mathematical term? The denominator, the common denominator, right? So I don't have a lot of guys who have tried to talk to me in my life, well before I was married. I have a solid circle of friends, right? They don't switch out. I don't have problems with friends. They don't try to steal from me, take my man. I don't have those problems, right? Because I exude an energy of don't mess with me. I exude an energy of don't mess with me. I am not one to play with. I do not accept foolishness. So the kinds of friends, the kinds of women who may want to be friends with me will read my energy, that like those kind of friends I don't want, would read my energy and not even going to want to be my friend. On the surface, oh, she cute, she keep her hair done. I'm getting it done today, don't judge me. Keep her nails done. She travels, dress nice, body nice, right? They'll see the surface and then they'll hear one sentence out of my mouth and they don't want to be my friend because they can tell that I don't accept foolishness. I'm not going to accept disrespect. I'm not going to accept being lied to or being stolen from. I don't have those problems. When it comes to men, of course I've been cheated on. I mean, I don't know a woman who hasn't, right? I don't have this outrageous, in my whole life as long as I've been dating, no outrageousness. Right? I did have a guy who hit me. He never hit me again. I was going to say I never saw him again, but that's not true. I saw him a couple of years later at a memorial. And I ran. When I saw him, me and my friend Malika, I wish Malika was on here. Me and my friend Malika, I saw him at the memorial, and I literally grabbed Malika, grabbed my stuff, and I booked it out of there. I'm not engaging. I'm not having conversation. I'm not looking for closure. Closure, you're lying to yourself. Closure doesn't exist. You're going there because you want to pick up your hairpins and your old Uggs. You're looking to get back together. That's what you're looking to do. That's what you want. You want the person to say, I'm so sorry and I love you and I want to be back with you, right? I don't exude an energy that attracts the kinds of people who want to play with me. Y'all need to change your energy. Yes, you are accountable at some point for some way at who you attract in your life. Yes, you are accountable when people continuously try to play you and you still deal with them. Friends, family, boyfriends, girlfriends, whoever. Let's start taking accountability for our life. Let's start taking accountability for our finances. Let's start taking accountability for our health. Let's start taking accountability for our friendships. Let's start taking accountability for our romantic relationships. Did I leave anything out? So that we can move forward. block the person on everything. When they do reach out, if they found some app you forgot about, they hit you up on Sconex, right? You block it too. You do not engage. This shouldn't even, no disrespect, I'm doing Q&A. This shouldn't even be a question. You messed up, you forgot to block him on something, block him on that too and keep it moving. He's a dub. Party done. Next question. How can I encourage my friend who wants to be married but never goes out alone to meet, I assume, people? How do I encourage my friend who wants to be married but never goes out alone to meet people? Send her my page. DM her my page. Let me talk to her. Because she doesn't want to be married if she's not willing to go out socially and she's not willing to go on dating apps. We say a lot of things of what we want. Right? I have a lot of cellulite on my legs. I don't walk. I don't run. I'm terrible. Right? Like, I'm not even like a heavy person per se. And I know you guys know slimmer people who have a lot of cellulite because we don't do no activity. I say to myself, I don't like my legs. I'm not willing to do a damn thing about it. I'm not walking. I'm not running. I'm not jogging. I'm lazy. I eat cookies for lunch. I had cookies for lunch yesterday. We say we want to do a lot of things and we don't take action. So we don't really want it. If I really wanted to get rid of the cellulite that's on my thighs, I would run. If I really want to get rid of the cellulite that's on my thighs, I would drink more water. If I really wanted to get rid of the cellulite that's on my thighs, I would eat better. I don't. I prefer to eat crap. I do drink my water. I prefer to drive 1 block to the corner store. So when you say for your friend who wants to be married, but is unwilling to go out to meet people socially, it doesn't have to be the club or the bar, but going out, period, and is unwilling to go on dating apps, they actually don't want to be married. What they want to do is they want to continue to do what they're doing and then think that God, Allah, whoever, the universe is going to just bless them. I'm sure it happens 1 in a million. The Amazon man, right? The Uber guy, maybe. But good luck to you if you say that you have a desire or a goal and you're doing absolutely nothing to pursue it. Good luck. Again, my advice to you is, unless you are a professional, which I doubt, send her my way. Send her some videos. Send her this video, right? She might curse me and say, I don't like Alison, which, by the way, is a part of the energy that I exude, that some people don't like me, and that's okay, right? Y'all do, because y'all here and I love y'all too. You can't help her. She has to make a decision that me wanting to be married outweighs my desire to stay home. Me wanting to be married outweighs my desire to not be on dating apps because, I was about to curse, because guys ain't this and girls ain't that, right? So you have to decide what matters more. Does the fact that I want to drive 1 block to the corner store and eat cookies for lunch matter more than my cellulite on my legs? Yes, it does. So that's why I'm not doing anything about it. I'm not doing anything about it. The day that I see a photo that I really don't like that cellulite, or the day I look down and I'm like, oh Lord, like I'm just too young for this. This doesn't make any sense, is the day that I will choose to make a change. Until that day, I prefer my cookies. Until that day, I prefer to be lazy and drive everywhere that I go. Though she don't really want it, because if she really wanted it, she knows exactly what she has to do. And if she doesn't, send her my page. She needs to invest in herself after the free 99, as my favorite business coach, King Ashley Ann, says, after the free 99 that I provide every single day through content, and other coaches too, it don't have to be me, it could be anybody. Then you need to invest in yourself. Maybe it's a masterclass, Dating 101, 66% off. Click the link in my bio. Fifth button, right? Maybe it's the 5-day challenge, $19. Click the link in my bio. Maybe it's a 30-minute session. Schedule one. Maybe it's a full-length coaching program. Significant investment. This is your life. If you really want to do it, you will get it done. If you don't really want to do it, you're going to tell your friends that you do, and you're never going to do it. Which is okay too, but I'm just not the friend for that. So don't tell me that you want to do something, because then I'm going to hold you accountable, right? Same person says, how do I help a friend find a man when she says all men ain't ish? You can't help her. How do I help a friend find a man when she says all men ain't ish. You can't help her. As long as she believes that all men ain't ish, then that is her reality. That's her reality. Thank you, Tiffany Chronicles, for purchasing the badge. As long as you believe that you can't lose the weight, you're never going to diet, you're never going to exercise. And you're right, you're never going to lose the weight. As long as you believe that your finances are always going to be in ruin, you'll always be in debt, you're not going to save, you're not going to budget, you're not going to gather resources, listen to podcasts or YouTube in order to learn how you can figure a way to pay off your debt, the avalanche approach or whatever it is. As long as you believe that you're not going to be in a fulfilling, healthy relationship, then you will forever be in the unhealthy one because you're not going to do the work that's necessary in order to get what you want. So there's nothing you can do for this friend. She has to make a decision in her life that says, I know that I've had difficult relationships. I know that I have seen evidence of not only me, but almost every woman that I know, which is a part of my own testimony, has been played in some form or fashion, right? However, I know that there are good people out there because I am out there and I'm a good person. Logic says if I'm good and I'm out there, then there must be other good people out there as well. Logic says if I know one person who's in a happy, fulfilling relationship, that means happy, fulfilling relationships exist. Ergo, it can happen for me. But as long as she doesn't believe that it can exist, then it will never happen for her. She has to choose to change her mind. Now, she can see a professional like a counselor or a therapist or a coach who can help her to restructure her thoughts. And again, if you are a mental health professional, then you can help her. But until she decides to pull the trigger and say, I'm going to book a session with somebody in the mental health space to help her to restructure her line of thinking, and as long as she forever believes that men ain't ish, then that is going to be her reality. Because she's never going to do the work necessary in order to find the appropriate match. She's always going to look past the good guy. She's always going to question him and give him the side eye and not trust him, which will push him away. And then when he leaves, oh, men ain't ish. Well, you made it quite difficult for him. It's not his obligation to break through. It's your obligation to break through. And if you need professional help, it's you and whoever, the therapist, the coach, the counselor, to help you break through. It's not anyone's responsibility to teach you how to love. That Music Soul Child song gets on my damn nerves. That is not anyone's obligation. You are a grown person. You need grown help by someone who's licensed or something of the sort. I don't expect my husband to fix my engine. He's not a mechanic. I don't expect my husband to style my hair. He's not a hairstylist. It's not my obligation to teach somebody how to love. That was your parents. And then since your parents have failed you, now you need to go to a professional to help work through your emotions, to process your emotions, to help you change your way of thinking so that you can love people the way that you want to. There's no one's obligation on this earth to fix you. To support you, if it's in alignment with their own life, yes. Not to fix you. So sis, I understand you want to help your friend. It is, unless you're a mental health professional, this is beyond your scope. Send her to a therapist, a counselor, an Alison. Sometimes the tough love ain't really a good look. Everybody's different. I'm not for everybody. Everybody's not for me. Somebody to help this chick, because it is beyond what you can do as a friend. And I applaud you for trying to be helpful. Why is Instagram doing an update right in the middle of my live? I applaud you for being helpful. However, this may be beyond your scope, right? I have friends who need help. I help them in the extension of my scope. My friend is buying a house. I bought a house a year ago. I'm helping her within my scope. But if she was buying an island, right? I don't have knowledge on what it takes to buy land on its own. I don't have knowledge on what it takes in order to govern a piece of land. That's beyond my scope. I would say, JoJo, you need to hire, I don't know who helps people, a real estate agent. right? So we need to help people within our scope. And I appreciate you trying to help your friend, but as long as she believes it won't happen for her, she's absolutely right. It won't happen for her. Absolutely right. Okay? Next question. Ooh, this is a good one. I saw this one come in. After how many months of dating should he be committed to our relationship? After how many months of dating should he be committed to our relationship? Okay, this is not a straightforward answer. So there's so many factors. Number one, your age is a factor. I know people might not agree with that, but the decisions that you make as a dating person at 25 should not be the same decisions that you make as a person who's 35 or 55, right? Your age just makes or guides you or should guide you in the decisions that you make. How aggressively you're saving for retirement should change depending on your age. How frequently you visit a doctor should change depending on your age. There's so many elements. So to answer the question, how long should one be dating before they become a committed couple, is very hard to answer because there's so many factors. Number one, age. Age is a super important factor, right? So now if you were to ask me, someone who's going to be 35 in, what's today, 19 days, for me, I would imagine that 6 months of dating is enough time for someone to figure out whether or not they want to see you exclusively versus continuing to see other people, or at least having the opportunity to see other people. For me, right? But age is a factor. Also, how long have you known this person? So I knew my husband since I was 18 years old. We weren't together since we were 18 years old, right? But I know my husband since I was 18 years old. So then when we started dating, and we dated then, and then so when we started dating again, I don't know how, 3 months maybe? I don't even know how long it was. I actually feel like it was kind of like out of the gate. But the point is that if you know someone for a significant period of time, then that may cut down your process, because in theory, the reason why you're dating someone is to get to know them, to see if you want to be committed to them. But if you've known them for many years, maybe as a friend or what have you, then that process may not necessarily be the same, right? So I feel obligated to answer the question full out. So for me, someone who's going to be 35, meeting someone brand new within 6 months, I think that we both should know whether or not we're going to be exclusive. However, if you're older or younger, the older you are, the less time you should take, because you have less time on earth. Sorry, right? The younger you are, maybe the more time you may choose to take, because you have more time in theory on earth. So you want to make sure that you're making the right decision. You're still growing as a human being, right? And then the other factor is, did you know them before? If you knew them before, then that can shorten your time span because you know them already. Now you're just getting to know them in a romantic way versus getting to know them holistically. All right, I see some questions. I don't know if I'll be able to answer them because you're supposed to put the questions in the question queue the day before. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, tech executive, I can't answer that question because I'm already running out of time. But you can save your question for next week, every Tuesday. Well, let me reintroduce. Hello, everyone. My name is Alison. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach. I help singles how to find and couples how to keep the partner that they deserve, right? Every Wednesday, I do this live Q&A. This Wednesday is at 12 noon Eastern. It's been for the whole summer. However, in a couple of weeks, it's probably switched to 6 p.m. Eastern. Nonetheless, every Tuesday, so 24 hours the day before, I post the same green story and I say, drop your questions there. That helps me to be organized so I know exactly how much time I have that I can address every question within the hour that I have for the live. So unfortunately, I cannot take any questions in the comments right now, but you can do one of two things. You can hold your question for next week and I'll answer it for absolutely free by putting it in the stories on Tuesday. Or you can click the link in my bio, you can tap the second button and you can book a call where whatever questions or concerns you have about dating or relationships, I'll be able to answer in depth, especially because I have more context, okay? So, sorry babes, I can't answer that question now, but again, you can click the link in my bio and book a call for tomorrow, or you can wait till next week and I'll answer it for free, okay? I initiated a convo with a guy at the gym. When I see him again, should I let him initiate? I see him a lot. I gotta tell you, I'm not very particular about who initiates what. I feel like it's 2021. I think that women overall, and I shouldn't say anything overall about any large group, but overall, have been talking about equality and this, that, and the other. And then when it comes to equality, we don't like it when it doesn't serve us, right? So I am not the person that's saying, oh, man must approach you first and a man has to ask for my number. What I will draw the line at is I'm not asking no guy on a date. If he wants to ask me on a date, he will. What I feel like in regards to initiation or giving phone numbers is I'm giving him the clear impression that I'm interested in him. It's up to him now to take it from there. So if I am going to initiate convo and I am going to offer you my phone number and you take it, it is clear that I'm interested in you romantically. The least you could do is follow up with step 3. I did 1 and I did 2. The least you could do is meet me at step 3. That would be equality to me. But back to the question. I don't have a problem initiating conversation. I don't have a problem with advising women to initiate conversation. You initiated the first time. Cool. I would need to know what happened that first time, right? But okay, you see him again, you want to initiate a second time, second chance, cool. I'm not initiating a third time. Again, I did step 1, I did step 2. That is enough. You need to meet me halfway. That's not even halfway. That's 33rd and the 3rd% way, right? Because I did 2, you did 1. So I would initiate a second time. I'm not initiating the 3rd, 4th, 5th time. I've done my part. And if you're not interested, that's clear because you did not follow up. I'm done. Okay. So I would initiate the second time. After that, I'm done. Okay. This is a good one. I actually spoke about it with my coaching program yesterday in regards to men. I know that only 25% of my audience is male. And so I'm preaching to the choir right now. Because most of you guys are women and most of you who are listening to this are women. However, I really need to, and I'm going to make an effort to reach out to the gentlemen when it comes to their dating profiles. For the few men who will listen to this, right? Y'all gotta do better with these dating profiles. They absolutely suck. Absolutely suck. Your photos suck. The lighting sucks. The angles suck. You don't write anything. What you do write is to replay. You have got to do better. If you are making the effort to create a dating profile, you can put 4 sentences. 4 sentences will not hurt you. And I'm telling you this, for the few gentlemen who are listening, I am telling everyone, right? So everyone is going to be the 41 people on this live right now, the 1,000 who are going to listen thereafter, and the potential 24,000 people who may listen to this message as of today. If there is a guy who does not write on his profile, keep swiping. Keep swiping. Keep swiping. We are not tolerating foolishness. And if you were on the top of this live, we talked about exuding the type of energy that you want to attract. I am not here to advise anybody to date anyone who's not serious about dating. I am not here to advise anyone who is serious about relationships to date someone who's not serious about relationships. So get your cell phone, check the angles, see what lighting makes you look good, and take a photo. Ask your boy to take a photo. Ask your sister to take a photo. Take a few of them. Take your hat off. Take your hoodie off. Do not take photos with your nose like this. I'm looking up your nose. I can see your boogers. You're taking terrible photos. And I assume that you just don't care. That's my assumption. Because I cannot imagine that you looked at the photo that's on your profile and you thought that that looked good. I cannot imagine that you saw that there were multiple prompts and you said, I'm not going to answer them, but I do want someone to take me seriously. I can't imagine that. So my assumption is that you just don't care, which is silly to me because why did you create this profile if you don't care? Gentlemen, you got to do better. Post better photos. And someone said you recommend a photographer. You don't need a photographer if you got a good iPhone or a good Android. Just check the lighting. Eye level. Put the chin down a little bit. Even I look a little better with my, hello, get a good haircut. If you losing it, the hairline's getting pushed back, it's okay. Get a baldy. We're getting older. Women understand that men are losing their hair. A baldy is so much better looking than you trying to hold on to your youth that does not exist. The hairline is done, get a baldy. And especially if you're black, baldies look good. I understand if you're white, you don't want to get a baldy. You think people are going to think you're a skinhead, right? I guess. Get a baldy. right? Maybe put some oils on here, make sure the beard is popping, you look good. But we gotta do better. Write something on the profile, people. Give us 4 sentences. Give us something in the About Me section. When they have the prompts, you choose a couple of cute prompts, you answer the question. It helps your matches to engage in conversation with you. Unless you're looking for straight hookups, which is fine. If that's what you're looking for, that is fine. Don't let anyone, including any woman, man, the men who are listening, shame you into only wanting a hookup. That is your right. You are a human being and you can want whatever the hell you want. Your obligation as a decent human being is to make that abundantly clear in your profile. Make it abundantly clear. Not looking for a relationship. Okay? And I know that men aren't writing that because they don't want to turn women off. But what's dishonest and grimy is if you mislead someone telling them that you want something that you know that you don't want. That's grimy. Not wanting what you want. You want no connection. You want no marriage. You want no kids. You want sex. Cool. Good luck, but cool. Right? That is your right. And knowing, oh, you 40, you should have settled down. Nope. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. However, don't lie to other people in order to get what you want. That's grimy. Put some effort. Write something on the profiles. And for the few gentlemen who are on here, please tell your friends that Alison, Align with Alison, dating and relationship coach, is advising the 20 out of 25,000 women on her profile to absolutely not give any play to any guy who does not write anything on his profile. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take this video, I'm going to chop it up, I'm going to make it a reel, and then 10,000 more people are going to see it. If you don't know about reels, they're blowing up. And if you want to grow your account, make some reels. Okay? And for my clients, the hundreds of them, I advise them the same thing too. Do not give any play to any guy whose photos are trash as if he did not care at all about what he posted and his profile is blank, because he does not care. He is not invested in finding anyone of worth. And I will sing this, and I'm going to say this on every live that I remember moving forward, just to cock block. Because if y'all don't care, good. We don't care either. We're going to keep swiping. You're not going to get any play from any woman who hears my voice. Women, do not give any play to any guy who writes nothing on his profile and his photos are trash. He doesn't care about his own profile. He for sure don't care about you. And he's for sure not serious about meeting anybody of value to create a relationship of value. Okay? I had a guy, this is Gigi Lovely. A guy had a picture up standing between 2 women in a bathing suit. Come on. And don't diddy crop people out either. Do not diddy crop people out, please. Go out with your friend to brunch this coming Saturday. Get a nice background, a grass wall, a flower wall, the ocean, a river, wherever the hell you live, some mountains, the Freedom Tower, whatever. Well, man, that might be a little insensitive. You get the point. Something that's nice and take a photo. Okay? DJ Play says, no, I ain't. No tracking device on my life. I don't know what that means, DJ Play. You got to give me a little bit more. Okay, no tracking device. I don't know what that means. Meaning you're not on dating apps? If you're not, that's cool. But I'm talking to the people who are. Okay? Next question. And I have, oh Lord, I got to talk faster. I got 4 more and I got 17 minutes. Okay. Should I take a person seriously if they only reach out 2 to 3 times a week? Do they have a good reason to reach out 2 to 3 times a week? Like a real good reason? If they have a good reason, they work 2 jobs, they're saving up for the down payment for their house. If they're in the military, if they're caring for an elderly parent, like if there's a good reason and you believe it, 2 to 3 times a week, I think is enough if the connection is there and this person is sharing that they're serious. Simple. I don't like to send pics when dating. I will if in a relationship. Should I reconsider my stance? So if you mean like sexy pics, I don't like sending pics when dating. If you're talking about any pictures that are sexual in nature, I'd recommend not sending them at all. It's too dangerous. Sorry. I wouldn't send any pictures that's sexual in nature to anybody except for my husband. Okay? which, by the way, if you're married, you should do to keep it spicy, right? I'm not sending naked pictures to anybody so they can repost it and embarrass me. I mean, then I could call the cops and it's a whole thing. If you mean you don't like sending sexual pictures when dating, you're absolutely right. You should not. If you want to do it when you're in a relationship, go on right ahead. I would not reconsider my stance. It's too much out here in these streets. People getting exposed willy-nilly. I would not send pictures of a sexual nature to anybody. Sorry. If you mean pics in general, then send the pics. Who cares? Your tatas are covered. Your downstairs is covered. You good. But if it's sexual, nope. That's a dub. I'm not sending it. Can you make things work in a long distance relationship, or will they always fail? Can you make things work in a long distance relationship, or do they always fail? All right, so I've spoken on this before, which is A-okay, because obviously y'all don't listen to all my lives or the whole damn thing. It's an hour. And Instagram needs to do a better job. It needs to be like Clubhouse, that you could close the Instagram app and do other things and still listen to a live stream. But that's neither here nor there. This is my thought about long distance relationships. Can they work? Yes. Yes, they can work. Any relationship type can work, right? Polygamy, whatever. Anything monogamous, anything can work. Now, I do think that there need to be some things that are in place in order to increase your chances that it will work. And let me tell you what that would be. The number one there's two, but the number one most important thing that can allow a long distance relationship to work is to have an end time. There needs to be that this guy is in the military and he's coming back home in 18 months. It needs to be that this guy went to medical school across the country and he'll be finished with his residency. I don't know how this stuff works, I apologize, in a year. It needs to be that this chick is caring for an elderly grandma across the country. She'll be back in 6 months. There needs to be an end time. I need to be able to hold on to the fact that I know by the end of 2022 or whatever it is that I will be reunited. If there is no end time to when this long distance will end, then the relationship will probably not do well. If I can hold on to something concrete and know, all right, it's okay, I'm feeling lonely this Valentine's Day, but next Valentine's Day we'll be together. I'm feeling lonely this birthday, but next birthday we'll be together. If there's some date that you can hold on to, then I believe that you have a higher chance of success than a relationship that does not. If it does not have an end time, I don't think it's a good idea. I think that this needs to end. Number one, that's the most important thing is the end time. Number two, if possible, would be communication as frequently as possible. So if you do have somebody who's in the military and maybe communication or communicating frequently is not an option, they're on the side of the world, the time zones aren't right, then it's not a deal breaker. But if you can communicate as much as humanly possible and through video as much as humanly possible, then that will also increase your chances. Missy V says on expat for 2 years. Right. So if even if it's 2 years, I don't care. I need to know that it's 2 years. I need to know it's 18 months. I need to know that it's 6 months. If you're telling me you're going to go teach English in China, you don't know when you're going to be back, then I can't help you. If you tell me I have a 2-year contract to teach English in China and I will be back after the 2 years because I would have saved enough money to pay off my student debt because Biden ain't doing it. He lied to us, right? Lied to most of us. Some people are getting his stuff forgiven. That's a different story. I can deal with that. But I'm not dealing with, and I don't know when I'm coming back. Well, then guess what? It's over because I'm not going to be lonely forever. I'm not going to be feeling left out and don't have a +1 at the wedding and birthdays. Like, I'm not doing that forever. Give me 2 years. Give me 18 months. Give me 6 months. I can hold it down. I'm not doing it forever. Okay? Next question. Advice for when your partner becomes distant. Advice for when your partner becomes distant. Having a conversation. Asking them what's going on. If they're unwilling to share, asking them to go see a therapist, a coach, a counselor. If they're unwilling to go and you are unfulfilled in your relationship, it is best that you step away. So 1, you've tried to take on the issue head on and they may be unwilling to share. 2, you have asked them because you're concerned about the longevity of your relationship. You've asked them to step in with you to a professional to help. They're unwilling. If you are not fulfilled, you got to go. You got to go. If you are unfulfilled, you got to go. And you've tried. You tried to have this conversation more than once. You're not just, hey, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Okay, let's go to therapy. No, I'm leaving, right? Like, you've tried to engage in conversation multiple times. You've brought up therapy or couples counseling or coaching a couple of times. They're unwilling for X amount of time. It's in your best interest to move on, because if they can't share with you and try to repair the relationship, then what you going to do, suffer forever? Because they nice, but they just distant, and that's not how they were before? Have the conversation multiple times. Bring up therapy multiple times. If they're unwilling, it's best that you move on. You can't live like this forever. Feeling alone in a relationship. That's the worst. All right, beautiful people. This is my last question. How frequently should I be contacting a match online? I feel like men expect too much attention. How frequently should I be contacting a match online? I feel like men expect too much attention. Okay, I'm going to do something that I've never done before. And this is not in an effort to shame or make people feel embarrassed or make them not ask me questions, because this is what I do. I'm not going to say the person's name. I am going to say in her name, she mentions that her children are kings. I've spoken about this in the past, right? In regards to, on multiple occasions, in regards to when mothers treat their sons like they're their king, like they are their king, there are lots of behaviors that become problematic, not only for the parent, but also for the child. You are going to create a king, and why would a king not feel like they deserve a lot of attention? So you're complaining about men expecting too much attention. However, you are purposefully creating these men, young men, I don't know how old they are, who feel like they're kings. I've seen Coming to America. There's a whole dance performance. There's whatever you like. Kings are treated as such. So if we're going to give them the title of a king and expect that they're not going to behave like a king does, expecting to be served, expecting to be higher than everybody else, then no disrespect, you are creating the problem. Your sons, no matter how old they may be, for the next generation is also going to behave as though I am a king, I should be served. I am a king, I don't do manual labor. I am a king, they have gestures who entertain them. They expect attention. When they walk through, everything stops. People get on their hands and knees. Y'all might think I'm dragging it, but this is the kind of behavior that we're instilling when we say that our sons are our kings. On top of that, for ourselves, it's problematic, because how is a gentleman supposed to come into your life when you've already, what's the term? Like when you put the sword, knighted, like you already knighted these guys as your king. So who is he? The jester, the clown in the house? What role is he supposed to play when you have knighted these boys as your king? So we have to be very mindful of the language that we use. We also have to be mindful of the treatment that we're giving our children. And then we're surprised when the generation of that matches us behaves the same way. We're creating the problem for the next generation of women when we do stuff like this. Okay? And again, I'm not trying to shame anybody. So like, oh Lord, I can't ask this girl a question because then she's going to go off. I didn't give the name. I'm not trying to embarrass you, but please don't be a part of the problem. I had conversations with my friends who have children. I do not. And that's going to be first thing. You ain't even got no kids. I have 10 years of experience with thousands of kids, and I've spent more hours per day with people's children than they have. But I didn't deliver, so my opinion is not valid. Whatever, right? I have friends who have children, who have sons, and we got into a big blow up, big respectful blow up about the following. If my son, my future son, brings Angela to my house and I meet Angela and Angela's his girlfriend, and a week later he brings Tiffany to my house and I meet Tiffany, I'm asking Tiffany, do you know about Angela? Hi, Tiffany, nice to meet you. Are you friends with Angela? Angela was here last week. The reason why I am a mother in this example is because I'm a woman. I am a woman first. I know what it feels like to be played. I know what it feels like to have family members and mothers be a part of the manipulation against me. The reason why I was able to deliver this child is because I am a woman. So why would I be a part of the manipulation of another woman? How is that reasonable? How is that acceptable? You here and you lying and you're playing games for the sake of your son, because that's my son. I gotta protect my son. Nobody's more important than my son. And then you're mad when 50-year-old Tyrone that you're trying to date is playing games with you. You're mad that these older gentlemen who are in your generation are liars and cheaters and everything else that you think that they are, right? So what sense does that make? You cannot be a part of the problem, mothers. And I got a DM from a mother who told me to stop talking about mothers, and I respectfully told her no. Some of y'all are a part of the problem. So we gotta stop. Stop with the king. Stop with this young lady from Love and Hip Hop saying the only real man to lay in my bed, and she's talking about a 2-week-old baby. He's not a man. He's a baby. We gotta stop giving these boys these titles. And we have to stop treating our boys like they're our husbands and they're our boyfriends. Find your own. Get your own, you heard? Stop it. I'm at a loss for words. I don't want to get it wrong. Lord. Infantilizing, something like that. You're treating them like kids. You're a part of the problem, and then you're surprised in your own generation why you're having a hard time finding good men. Because their mother did the same thing that you're doing with them. Stop calling them your kings. They are not your kings. You are growing a king, maybe, if you want to get into those titles. I'm not really crazy about those titles, right? You are growing and developing a young man in the hopes that he can lead his family moving forward. He's not yours. Get your own. That's your obligation. Stop. Okay? When my son had his girlfriend over, he was talking to her in a mean way, and I called him out and let him know to not treat a woman that way. Would you like if a man talked to your mom like that? Absolutely. He was embarrassed and apologized for her. I'm not standing for it. That's my son. Nobody comes before my children. I come before my children, literally and figuratively. The reason why I'm on this earth, it was before them, and I would still be me even if I didn't have any kids, which I don't yet. Right? And the reason I was able to deliver them is because I'm a woman. I'm not allowing women to get disrespected in my house. And my son will know that. So one of two things. He either won't disrespect women or he won't do it in front of me. I will not be a part of the problem. Some of us moms, women, need to stop being a part of the problem. I digress. Let me answer the lady's question who's never going to ask me a question again, and she'll probably unfollow me. And this is not a personal attack against you. This is just one of my things, okay? How frequently should we be contacting a match online? All right. I'm going to answer that question, and sorry about me going off. You should be answering or responding to anyone. I give them twice. I'll initiate the convo. I don't have any problem with initiating conversation. I do not feel as a woman you should not be initiating, right? I'll initiate the conversation. We're talking. I'll initiate a second time. Maybe the next day. Good morning. How are you? We're talking. If this gentleman does not meet me halfway and send me a message every in between, I reach out to him and he reaches out to me, he's giving me the impression he's disinterested, and I'm going to move on accordingly. I'll initiate the first time. I'll initiate the second time. But I'm not playing this game of I constantly have to be the one that hits you up in order to show interest. I do the same thing with my friends. I mean, I'm not monitoring and counting who texts who, but I text my friends, they text me. I call my friends, they call me. I'm not ringing down my friend's phone for 2 weeks and she never reaches out unless something's wrong, right? Like, we have people who go through things. So I would say the first time, the second time, and then potentially the last time. And in regards to men wanting all this attention, I don't know that. I haven't experienced that in my practice about guys wanting a lot of attention. I just don't know about that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but we have to be mindful that we're not a part of the problem. And raising young men telling them they're our king, and then we're surprised when they act kingly, right? When they have our nose up or their nose up, when they act superior, when they have an expectation, you should be serving them. We got to be careful. We got to practice what we preach. We want honorable, hardworking, there's a term, I'm losing it today, men. Then we have to raise them that way. Okay? All right, beautiful people, I am up with my time. I just want to quickly thank those who have purchased a badge because I appreciate your support. Oh, hey, girlfriend. Yanka, thank you for purchasing the badge. Tiffany Chronicles, R by Riley, an amazing brand manager. She got me started. I love her so much. Thank you for supporting. Jordana. And yes, I am Yella. Thank you for joining. If there's anyone who is looking for guidance or support very specifically about their program, about their problem, go ahead and click the link in my bio and tap either the 30 or 60-minute alignment call. Let's talk about it. Let's get you on a straight path. Let's get you to a resolution. If there is anyone who is looking for guidance and support in dating or relationships on the long term, you need help, you need me to hold your hand, and you need me to light a fire under your behind so you're doing the right things to find the person you deserve, go ahead and click the link in my bio. You're going to tap on the second button to book a call. If you're not convinced, right? If you're not ready to invest in yourself and you still want to check me out and see if I have the tools and I have the approach that you need to find the partner that you deserve, click the link in my bio and tap the first button. The first button is a free training. You're not paying $1 for any team. Check me out, an hour and a half. Check out all my IGTVs. Check out my YouTube. Check out other people. Whatever you need to do to get to the result. Remember, we talked about this. We can't say that we want something and truly mean it if we're doing nothing in order to get it. So put in the work, either with me or somebody else, but make it happen, okay? Oh, last minute shout out. Thank you to Japa Black for purchasing a badge. And thank you for Dr. Brown for purchasing a badge. I appreciate all of you. I got stuff to do. I got to go. Love you all. Adios, amigos. Bye.